So as we do on every preview show, we start off with our rankings. So we start with the ACC is going to be 14 through 1. We don't do conference specific as far as Coastal and Atlantic. What we do is we break down the 14 best teams in our poll, and we do it from 14 to 1. Number 3, UNC, North Carolina. AJ, I'm going to let you start with this North Carolina team. There's a lot to like here. There's a lot of talent coming in. There's a lot of guys that are returning. Tell us a little bit about this North Carolina ball club.
I mean, on the face of it, they might be returning the most production-wise out of any team in the ACC. It is, guys who you thought would have been gone by now or felt like they've been there forever are still there, And that's not even including the guy that we all know is going to be a first top 5 pick this year, Vance Honeycutt. They got guys coming back. Jackson Vanderbrake, who hit very well last year. Alberto Ozuna, who can drop 20 bombs this season. They have such a deep lineup. And then on top of that, they're returning a lot on the mound too. They don't have Max Carlson, who going into the year was kind of their Friday night guy, but didn't really perform like it. It was the starting pitching really let them down last year. But they're returning guys with starting experience. They're returning guys who could step into the role of being a starter. One guy who I have my eye on is Matt Poston. Just out of the bullpen. I think he has the ability to move up to be a starter. I don't think he'll take that chance. Apparently, Cameron Padgett's also been throwing very well this fall too. So look for him to get some opportunities. He got some looks last year, more of a midweek role, but there's a lot of experience coming back for them. Yeah,
a lot of talent, and they brought in some good freshmen there, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Monty, this UNC team, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of things to like here. Tell us a little bit what you think on this North Carolina Tar Heel team.
I mean, yeah, they've got a lot of guys coming back. I was surprised to see how many guys were coming back. They're going to have it's going to be some interesting decisions to make on who's going to be where. You have a lot of depth at the corner positions, particularly with, and I think there was also talk about possibly moving Casey Cook to third base, but with, again, the logjam at third and first base, it might be best to leave him in the outfield where he's been successful. But Parks Harbor, the Georgia transfer, Alex Madera, he's a Arcadia D3 transfer. He's expected to be the starting shortstop. You're bringing back Hunter Stokely, Alberto Ozuna, and Johnny Castagnazzi, all those guys can play first base. So you got to figure out who's going to play where. It's really exciting, but I'm also really excited about the freshmen. They're coming in. Tomas Frick is a very underrated loss for them. Obviously, everyone's going to talk about Mac Horvath, but Tomas Frick was a really, really big piece of their team, but they're bringing in, looks like a freshman's going to get the chance to be their everyday catcher, and Luke Stevenson, really good looking freshman catcher.
Yeah, I have Luke Stevenson highlighted. Another freshman I want to see is the wiry left-handed Folger Boaz. He might get some innings there. He might turn into a Sunday guy, but I think that they're going to leave him in the bullpen. He's got a lot of good stuff there from the left-handed side. And, of course, big right-handed pitcher Jake Knapp. That's the big returner, right? I think that he's probably going to get the Friday night ball. He's going to give them an opportunity. They must be better in the weekend rotation than they were a year ago if they want to compete for an ACC title. This team just was not the same on the weekends as they were with their starting pitcher during the week. They need to be better on the weekends. Their bullpen was good. They have got to be better with their starts this year. UNC, number 3.